Since we're talking about new movies, let's spin us into our first topic because I don't know about Ryan, but I have been waiting all year for this damn movie.
Oh, absolutely. This is one of my most anticipated movies of the year.
Yes.
But what did you think about Wicked for Good?
Yes. So yeah, we did see Wicked for Good. I thought it was really good, but there's some things that they completely missed.
What do you think?
I'll say this. The movie's really good. It's a lot of fun. I love it. Not as good as the first movie, right? The first thing is that the songs weren't very good.
Yeah, I didn't really care for I liked the songs as the movie progressed, but the songs in the beginning weren't it. And then also a lot of the songs were just reused songs. Granted, this is off of the musical. Don't get on me. Don't get on me about I haven't seen the musical.
Yeah.
I liked how they tried to do the songs, but they tried to reuse like the same rhythms and whatnot with the previous songs.
Yeah.
But with the new songs, it wasn't as catchy as the first movie.
You might dog on me, but my favorite song was Wonderful.
Okay. I'm not going to lie to you, though. I don't like Jeff Goldblum singing, but that song's a lot better than I'm a sentimental
Yeah, I don't like that song.
Oh, my God. Whenever I watch Wicked, I'm like, fast forward until Madame Marble walks in.
You know what's another song I fast forward through in the first movie is I'm not that girl. I never liked that song.
Oh, when she's in the forest?
Yeah, I never liked that song. But I'll get into this, and I don't know if you can agree with me on this. This movie was kind of poorly paced.
I agree.
It was rushed.
There were some parts that needed to be pushed through that weren't pushed through, and vice versa. Exactly.
Nessa Rose. Why did we just look at her and first of all, why is she hating on the Munchkins?
It was like no. At the end of the movie, we deserve each other. Me and Bach. She's all happy, sunshine, rainbows, pun intended. But then now, second movie. Oh, I'm all emo now. I'm all. I mean,
for no apparent reason.
I mean, they say the reason is because Elphaba didn't come back for the father. Spoiler alert, by the way. Just letting y'all know about Wicked for Good if y'all haven't seen it. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoilers.
But they mentioned it, but I felt there was no transition. I felt like Wicked 2 happened right after Wicked 1, but there was no buffer time from when that happened for her to go through that whole change.
Exactly. They never gave any exposition on why any of this happened or of a time frame. Yeah,
it just spawned in.
You know what's hilarious? That scene with Bach and Nessa Rose, it's hilarious because Nessa Rose was obviously, he saw it with her own two eyes. This is one of the many things. We're not getting into all of it, but it's one of the many things. By the way, this is also a consistently running thing. A lot of things don't make any sense. A lot of things just happen, and then they're just like, oh, here you go. And you kind of sit there and you're like, why? For example, Bach gets turned into the Tin Man, right? We see that Nessa Rose turns Bach into the Tin Man. Bach sees Nessa Rose turning him into the Tin Man.
And he literally sees Elphaba going, no, you don't know what you're saying. Let me try and help you. She literally says that.
Literally. But two things. Elphaba kind of just comes out the room and goes, yo, Nessa, your boyfriend's cooked.
Your boyfriend's shot, bro.
I'm out. Yeah. and then Bach comes out and he goes, you witch. And she goes, literally all she does is go, it was Elphaba. He goes, and marches out the door.
So quick. Just to point fingers.
And then for some reason at the end of the movie, mind you, he saw all this go down. And at the end of the movie, he goes, I'm going to kill Elphaba because I have no heart. Why are you killing Elphaba? Did you not see Nessa Rose?
That line was hard, though.
It was hard.
That line was hard.
But the continuity behind it was just you're watching, you're like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it would be different if Nessa Rose didn't try to do anything with the Grimoire and it was all Elphaba trying to make, let's say, Bach a better person, but then she messes up. That's a different story.
No, but that's not what they showed on the screen.
Nessa Rose started it. She caused it.
He saw it. And got pissed at her.
And Elphaba at least made him still alive.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Exactly. But no, at the end of the movie, he's a heartless creature and wants to go kill Elphaba. Another thing that didn't make any sense was the whole Prince Fiero joining in with Dorothy and everybody, but then all of a sudden finding Elphaba at the end.
Yeah, there was so much like that Prime truck just hit a curb. Shout to you at Amazon Prime. But anyways, yeah, that makes no sense. Like, even Dancing Through Life, there's so much foreshadowing about how he's so brainless and all this stuff, but then he has enough brain power and IQ power, more than me actually, to know exactly where Elphaba is at under a trap door, even though he's brainless.
Exactly. You're telling me that he is supposed to be the scarecrow that has no brain. So he willingly went to the wizard with the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and Dorothy, right? He went with them. We don't know why he went with them, but all we know is that from the Wizard of Oz, he went with them to get a brain, right? We never see if he got a brain or not. I'm guessing he magically got a brain because he had the biggest brain to go find Elphaba hiding in the cupboard going, hey, are you in there? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, okay, look, I'm good as new. Let's go run away. But we never, we never figure out what happened between him going, why did he go back to the wizard when he literally went against the wizard?
I have our first hot take for today.
What's up?
The Cowardly Lion was the most annoying character in the movie.
He was, bro. There's no
He
way.
was. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was more annoying than Nessa Rose. Even though he only had like 45 seconds of screen time.
Look, Madame Marble was not Elphaba's biggest op. It was
that Cowardly Lion was her. That's the main antagonist. It's just the lion.
The Cowardly Lion was her biggest op. She literally had all the animals on her side, and then he just comes and goes, he kidnapped me from a cage.
Let's say this is his tail, right? I'm waving a knife around. Great. This is his tail, but he kept having it up here.
Yeah.
That's like a unibrow.
And he goes, you kidnapped me from my cage. And she goes, yeah, because you were in a cage. And he's like, no, you kidnapped me.
Oh my God.
And then, of course, all the animals are like, what?
My favorite part, though, was when that house came crashing all the way down and boom.
I was dying, bro.
That was my favorite part of the movie.
She got murked.
I don't know if y'all can attest to me. I hated Nessa Rose since the first time I saw her in Wicked 1. I was so happy
That thing
she's
literally
gone.
went. Okay, that's another thing. She just pulled up to Munchkin Land. She just randomly pulled up to Munchkin Land, and I hear this kid next to me go, "Oh, she pulled up." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
She just spawns in like the middle of a freaking tornado, which also they say cyclone.
That's not a cyclone.
Yeah, there was tornadoes going around because the house gets swept up by a tornado.
It's a nortado.
They said cyclone. I'm like, okay.
But yeah, all jokes aside, I did like the movie.
I
did like the movie. I like the movie a lot. I still can't. It's just the way that they shoot it. The production, the set design, the camera angles, the colors. That's like the only movie that comes out for the past 2 years that has the most vibrant colors, you know? And it's still, like, even the scene, the wonderful scene, that was my favorite scene with the talking head. It still captured my attention. It still hit, you know?
You know, the Wizard of Oz is like a little teenager. All those like RGB lights around his place.
No, speaking of teenager, that was actually really funny how the Wizard of Oz left and Dorothy's like, wait, I want to go back to Kansas. And he's like, nope. he's just leaving. That was funny. For no rare reason, that was pretty funny. But yes, even though all jokes aside, I still really liked Wicked.
Yeah, I mean, both movies were great. I love the whole Wicked, and I love both movies. We're just making jokes. Don't get too offended. But
just any filmmakers out there, remember, film is all about setups and payoffs. You can't set something up and not pay it off, and you can't pay something off before you set it up.
Amen to that.
So
that's how it is.
Yep, this gets us to our first toss today.